It's not a matter of how many times you make a mistake, but how many times you rise above those mistakes.
So, just keep pushing. Hindi pwedeng mapagod.
We are delighted to have you here at the PHILSME Business Show. This is a business podcast and vodcast dedicated to help SME business owners like you boost your business. Get ready for another power-packed episode of the PHILSME Business Show. Today, we're talking to Christopher Lara, Country Manager of Landi Global in the Philippines, a results-driven sales leader with extensive experience in building high-performing teams, forging long-term corporate partnerships, and driving multi-million-dollar growth. With a strong entrepreneurial mindset and a proven track record of delivering predictable outcomes, Christopher brings strategic leadership and innovation to every organization he serves. Joining him is Lawrence Ferrer, President and CEO of CIS Bayad Center Incorporated, the Philippines' largest multi-channel payment platform. With over 20 years of experience in digital payments and fintech, Lawrence has transformed Bayad into a full-service fintech company at the forefront of financial inclusion. A pioneer behind smart money and Paymaya, he was recently recognized as a master innovator at the 2024 Mansmith Innovation Awards. From global partnerships to groundbreaking fintech solutions, this episode is designed to help you spark ideas, scale smarter, and lead with impact. Boost your business by joining the next Philippine SME Business Expo. Meet face-to-face with over 120 exhibitors. Explore 180 business solutions. Network with 10,000 SME business owners, startups, and entrepreneurs. And learn new business trends from industry leaders. Join the Philippines' biggest expo, conference, and networking event. For more information, visit www.philsme.com.
Hi, good day everyone. I'm Christopher Lara from Landi Global and welcome to PHILSME Business Show.
Hello everyone, my name is Lawrence and I'm the President and CEO of CIS Bayad, formerly known as Bayad Center. And I would, first of all, I'd also like to thank the Philippine SME Business Network for inviting me here.
Yeah, this is our first time to join the PHILSME last May. Actually, nagulat yung Singaporeans sa dami ng pumunta dun sa PHILSME event. And it's good. We generated a lot of sales from the PHILSME members.
Oh, that's quite impressive. In my case, this is also our first time to be part of the event. In fact, I was asking the team how many leads were they able to generate during that event, and I was pleasantly surprised that they received more than 400 interested parties. So for me, it only shows how rich and how powerful the event held by the Philippine SME Business Network.
So, Landi Global is a hardware, POS hardware company. So, we've been in business for almost 20 years. But this is our first, I think, second year to be in global. We are focusing on, I think, last 18 years, we're just focusing on the Chinese country, China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. But right now, we are focusing global. We have APAC, Southeast Asia, we have EMEA, something like that. So we're pure hardware company.
Well, you know what? Our business is actually closely related.
Yes.
I'm also in the payment business. Bayad, or as I said, formerly known as Bayad Center, has been serving the Filipino for more than 28 years. We are the largest and pioneer when it comes to bills payment aggregation. So if you are paying any bill, whether you pay your water, your electric, regardless what channel, if you use mobile, if you use your bank account, or even if you go to a physical over-the-counter, the back rails, the network that supports those bills payment is Bayad.
To be honest, I'm using Bayad.
Thank you.
CIS Bayad, yeah, for all of my utilities, electric bill, phone bills, and water bills. So everything is smooth.
In fact, that's one of the unique innovations that we had quite recently is our real-time posting. You know what, Chris? We live in a, how do you say it, in a now generation. You know, like you, you're a millennial or even a Gen Z, where most people prefer to get payments or get anything real time or immediate. You know, back in my days, when you make a bills payment, it's always posted the next business day. That was the method, and that was acceptable at the time. But you know, with the onslaught of technology, with so much innovation, and the behavior of people, customers now have changed the way they prefer payments. They want it to be immediate and they want it to be completed. So we built actually a whole slew of infrastructure that support real-time payment. So for example, if you pay your Meralco bill using our platform, it's immediately posted. In fact, even if you forgot to pay your electric bill and by chance there's a contractor or a collector in front that is about to cut your bill, back in the days, if you have a collector in front of you of your house, they will immediately cut you. There's no way out. But with the technology that we provide, because of the use of technology, we can post that real time with Meralco, and that information is actually sent to the contractor. They know it and it's posted, hence, you no longer need to be disconnected. That's the beauty and the benefit of the technology that we have in Bayad.
Imagine, now, madelay ka lang ng konti. Those customers or those clients are nagpapanik na. That's why, pwedeng maging partner si Landi and si Bayad CIS because Landi provided a smooth transaction. Our machines are very fast and can accommodate a real-time posting also.
That's quite impressive. You know, Chris, I've been in the payment business even before Fintech was a byword, so don't ask my age. But I started the likes of Smart Money, the very first mobile wallet in the Philippines, and I believe in the world.
Yes.
And at the same time, Smart eLoad. You know, we pioneered electronic top-ups through the sari-sari stores. During my days in Smart, we also invested on terminals. Your company, Ingenico, I mean, your affiliate company. So the terminals were used to accept swipe transactions using the Smart Money cards as well as dip. So yes, I mean, at the end of the day, I do believe that for us to be able to help and provide inclusive financial services to the Filipino community, it's all about collaboration, and also it's all about helping each one of us create a solution that is relevant and pervasive for the whole Filipino market.
Right now in Landi Global, we are kind of offering not only the hardware, not only the POS hardware, we have a range that includes Android and Windows, because right now I think everyone is using Android here in the Philippines, especially those devices right now. Everybody using Android, but still Philippines is quite, it's like 80% Windows pa rin. So we also have Landi Connect. If you're familiar with MDM, mobile device management, we can easily track all the devices, Landi devices. We have geofencing. We can easily, if for example, you have at least 30 POS, Landi POS in one building, you can easily push the updates. No need for the technical team to go to your place or to your location. We'll just put it in the cloud and then automatically it will update.
Wow, that's quite impressive, Chris. You know what, in Bayad, we also use cloud solution. We feel that the technology that we have at the moment, it's important to be able to embrace it and provide superior services. So from an on-premise, where we have our servers, we've actually migrated all of our solutions infra to cloud, which means it's more reliable, safe, and 100% online. Maybe I can also share with you what we do in Bayad. As I said, we are a bills payment aggregator. So we have over 400 institutions, billing institutions, both private, like Meralco, PLDT, Smart Globe, Manila, that are with us. We also have government entities like SSS, NBI, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. All of them are connected to our bills payment rail. What we do is we provide these entities with a full omni-channel collection approach or service. That means is that they don't need to put up their own stores. They don't need to put up their own collection agency. Through our own rails, we can expand and collect on their behalf. On the other hand, we also enable channel partners. When I say channel partners, we talk about the likes of large retail chains like SM, Robinsons, 7-Eleven. All are connected to our rails to do collection or to do bills payment collection. We've also equipped micro and small entrepreneurs with the means to enjoy this type of new livelihood. As I said earlier, we were part of that event, and one thing that we were able to showcase is our ability to provide these type of solution regardless what technical capabilities you have. So if you are a large startup or even a large retail chain or a startup, if you can consume our APIs, then we can expose and ensure that you can do bills payment. However, for the less sophisticated entities like a mom and pop stores, we have what we call a business and a solution bills payment portal. It's simply a portal where if you have a desktop, a laptop, you can easily access our portal and effectively do bills payment. But even for the small micro entrepreneurs, the likes of a sari-sari store that doesn't have a laptop or even a desktop and doesn't have the investment needed, even a smartphone, we are able to enable. We provide them with what we call a app. We call it Bayad Ascenso app, which will allow them to do bills payment. But on top of that, we also provide multiple financial services like remittance. We also have insurance. We also have cash in and cash out, which is quite pervasive now with the onslaught of the e-wallets. So what I'm saying is that we understand exactly the need of our customers, our enterprise partners, the SMEs in terms of creating a new livelihood for themselves. And that's what Bayad does. We try to help them. We try to give them means to be able to make decent livelihood.
Yeah. So you mentioned about investment. That's the good thing about our products also. We do have some range of for the PhilSME, for the SMEs, for the micro, and for the corporate. So again, you mentioned before, still it's a real time for Bayad CIS. And for Landi, you can install your app in our devices. And yeah, maybe this is a start of partnership.
Good. I mean, I would love to partner and see how we can take this further. You know, just in the Philippines, I want to share with you is that we have over 335 Fintech companies that are operating. And that's a growth of about 56% compared to 2021. So the market that we have is quite young. And our ability to be able to provide relevant payment or even financial services is anchored on the whole industry collaborating with one another. I also want to share with the audience that we are also quite fortunate that our regulator is promoting progressive collaboration, more importantly, creating the necessary controls and rules and policies that will protect customers when it comes to financial services. They don't want people to be scammed. They don't want people to lose their money because of these type of fraudulent transactions. You know, that with other metrics or factors that have that we've been experiencing, that the growth of e-wallets because of the pandemic, and even the new players coming in, both regional like you guys, and even global are coming here, creates that atmosphere, creates an environment where I think the Philippines can really move leaps and frogs and really create a better lives for every Filipino. You know, I want to ask you, Chris, and audience, what do you think is the average attention span of a consumer?
I think maybe attention span right now is around, if you're talking about the minutes, something like that.
You know, Chris, it's not even minutes, it's seconds. If you Google it, it's about 8 seconds. That means is people nowadays, if you want to capture their interest, you have to be able to land your message within those short 6 to 8 seconds. And that also resonates with what we do. People are always in a hurry. People want their services now. As I said earlier, that when you drill down and get that insight, you create solutions that are obviously attuned to what they need. So in our case, as I said, we've actually built our real-time payment platform. So that means is that any biller, Morocco, PLDT, Manila, our technology allows that every time there's a transaction for these billers, it is posted real-time. So you as a consumer, you know for a fact that when you pay through Bayad, it is posted safely, securely, and immediately. So that's a tech that we have. And I'm happy to say is that we can expand that services to other enterprise partners and also for different channel partners, whether you're a large, medium, or even a small, micro, sari-sari store. You can enjoy these facilities through Bayad.
So glad you mentioned that it's about the short span. That's why we do have a product that is a mobile POS. So you can bring it anywhere. You can bring it our SME what you call this, our SME business owners can easily what the ECR or what the big POS can do. The mobile POS can also do that, but it's just compact. No, they can install all the payment software there, even the Bayad app they can install there. So just give it to it's just like a phone. You know, you give it there, you tap your card. That's it. So it's just a small.
Right. Well, that's quite impressive. I think nowadays people really prefer something mobile and easily portable. I assume this includes a SIM, right?
Yes.
So that you don't have to connect it to any wired line.
We provide product with eSIM and dual SIM if you need a backup network. So our still country is we have a dual fluctuating network, but we do have a dual SIM and an eSIM mobile POS.
All right. Well, just to share with you the birth of Bayad, or Bayad Center. As I said, we've been serving the Filipino community for more than 28 years. So we have our roots in 1997. I wasn't part of Bayad at the time, but nonetheless, we were part of Morocco. The requirement at the time of Morocco is to ensure that we provide collection points for paying your Morocco. So it was an idea to provide relevant and better services to the customers of the Morocco franchise area. So we created stores for them, but we realized that this can actually be a business where we could also help other billers and institutions. So we've expanded, we brought in other companies like PLDT, Smart, even SSS to be part of our biller network. And from there on, we realized that we can also expand this to different channels or channel partners that may find it a relevant use case for them as a business model. So we started doing franchising in the early 2000s and offered the bills payment, Bayad Center model across any Filipinos that have a physical store or any area that they can also do bills payment collection. If you look at it, I would keep on telling the team that even before the onslaught of digital companies like Uber or even Airbnb, we already perfected that model. We were in the middle connecting billers, at the same time, channel partners. We created the rail, the bridge that helped create a business solution that spanned for more than 28 years. So that is Bayad in a nutshell.
So for Landi Global, you will call it actually not Landi before. It's a Fujian Landi. So maybe we don't mention we don't say it in Tagalog word because it brings a different impression, right? So yeah, it's a Fujian Landi before it became Landi Global. So they founded 2005, and then by 2007, Landi introduced a commercial solution. By 2008, they joined forces with the global POS top suppliers, and then by 2010, they enter in terminal management solution. So by 2011, Landi became the largest POS supplier in China. And then by 2015, they launched the first Android terminal. And then by 2017, they become the first largest smart POS in China. And by 2022, they become independent. That's why I told you before. And then by 2023, Landi Global is born.
First, I'd like to invite all the audience of the Philippine SME Business Network to try Bayad. If you have a store or if you have a need to expand the services that you have, we can offer you both bills payment, cash-in solution, remittance, telco top-up in the convenience of a mobile app or even a portal. We allow you to be able to earn decent money through the use of these devices or use of this portal. Our intention is, there's so many requirements that our Filipinos, brothers and sisters require. Payment is a reality. You can't avoid paying bills or even cashing money in. So what we do is we want to make sure that you earn in that opportunity to collect using the Bayad rails. So it's an open invitation. All you have to do is go to our website. Just message us. We'll give you exclusive. This is going to be something that we will offer once we speak to you directly. You can contact us by going through our website, www.bayad.com, or you go through our Facebook page, Bayad. Just one word, Bayad, and you can already communicate with us. We will give you the necessary tools, training necessary, and the right incentive to make it grow even better. Maraming salamat.
Yes, we do offer. We do have some offers. So if we're talking about Bayad, we can easily install the Bayad in our devices. We can easily provide you some good partnership with the software POS companies, catering SME business. So let's forget about mahal yan eh. Sometimes those people they're not investing the right software because they're always thinking about mahal yan. There's a monthly subscription, something like that. So if you're a member of SME, PHILSME, just check our website and we give you an exclusive offer also.
Stay tuned for a message from our sponsor that made this episode possible.
What does success mean to you? A corner office or an office around the corner? With Regis, you can work close to home and still be successful worldwide. To find your ideal Regis office, co-working space, or meeting room at more than 38 locations in the Philippines, visit regis.com.
Yeah, actually nung PhilSME, one thing na bakit maraming pumupunta sa amin, they thought that kasi maganda yung location namin eh. Maganda yung spot namin eh. So from exit, malapit kami sa exit. So that's the good thing about it. Kala nila it's a beauty products. Landi kasi if you will see the logo kagad, Landi. But so every time we talk to the clients, those visitors sa booth namin, we pronounce it as Landi, not Landi.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
You know, I can share you my own experience. As I said, all of the innovations that we are anchored on real pain points. And my own, for me, I've experienced that. You know, as I said, Bayad is under the Morocco group, and so I worked in Morocco. And despite the fact that I work in an electric company, there were one or two times that I forgot to actually pay my electric bill. So it happened, and the fact of the matter is that before, when that happens, I don't usually use any connection. I mean, you go through the usual process. But now, when every time but once I was able to experience the same thing, our helper just messaged me that there was already a collector in front, and I simply used my Bayad app to make payment, and it was posted real time. So this is a proof that our solution worked. And I'm happy to share that I experienced it, and I'd like everyone to take advantage of Bayad's network and infrastructure.
I have a lot of experience before. My first job is PLDT. So we're the SME group by that time. I learned a lot in PLDT. I learned a lot from my bosses, from my managers, from my superiors. So just keep pushing. Hindi pwedeng mapagod. Something like that.
That's good, Chris. In fact, I echo your sentiment. As I said, I've been doing payments for most of my career, and the fact of the matter is that you will always make mistakes. That's part of living. It's not a matter of how many times you make a mistake, but how many times you rise above those mistakes. You fall 7, you rise 8. That should be your discipline, and that's how you move forward. You have to have grit, and you have to have the determination to move forward. Last but not the least, I always want to say that if you need help, feel free to ask help, because it really helps. Thank you very much.
Boost your business by joining the next Philippine SME Business Expo. Meet face-to-face with over 120 exhibitors. Explore 180 business solutions. Network with 10,000 SME business owners, startups, and entrepreneurs. And learn new business trends from industry leaders. Join the Philippines' biggest expo, conference, and networking event. For more information, visit www.philsme.com. If you liked this show, like and tap the follow button. Please feel free to leave us a review before you go, as this will definitely help more SME business owners in the Philippines. Thank you. Until the next episode.